Hi friends, welcome to Sailor Calypso Says. I'm your host, Sailor Calypso, aka Angelina. If you're new here, in this podcast we talk about pop culture and many other nerdy, nostalgic things. We'll try to keep it to the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, but sometimes things go sideways and we don't stick to a script. On every episode, we will also try a fun snack food that is not normally found here in Western Canada. And I will probably also read some mail we've received recently. Stick around, you might like what you hear. Hi friends, today I'm with my friend Arlene. We met through Post Crossing, which I've mentioned before. But she lives a few hours away. Well, a few hours, like 8. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so every time we've gone together, we've usually gone to the thrift store together, or like antique stores or secondhand stores or something like that. That pretty much comprises what we do. I don't think we've done much else. So yeah. Hi,
Hello.
Arlene. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Nice
coming.
and cold out there.
Yes. If you're listening from some other part of the world, we are freezing our buns off over here. It's like minus 30 right now. And we just had a crap ton of snow. Yeah. Oh, it's minus 20, but it feels like minus 30 with wind chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's not the best. Anyways, I was kind of gonna mention about my thrift store routines, because I have a routine when I go into them because of what I'm looking for, like which sections to look at. Because if you want to look at every single thing in a store, like, a big one like Value Village or Savers in the States or whatever, they're really big. And if you want to look through everything, you're going to be there for hours. So you have to strategically look at what you want to see. So my thrift store routine at like a big store like Value Village is pretty much housewares, and then check all the movies, check all the books, check if there's any cool vintage sheets or anything, and then like check the stuffed animals and toys and stuff.
What are you looking for in stuffed animals?
I collect like mascots, advertising mascots, Olympic mascots, and then I also collecting nostalgia now, like things that I had when I was a child, or things that remind me of stuff I had. For example, beside me, I have a pound puppy that I got at Valley Village, and I
Does
have
it have babies in it?
No, the pound puppies don't. But the puppy, they were called Puppy Surprise, and
Puppy
they had babies
Surprise,
in them.
right?
I got some kitty surprises recently. I found them all at thrift stores, but they're making them still. So you can actually get new versions of Kitty Surprise. I've also got a doodle bear.
Oh, I think my daughter had one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely had one, and it was awesome. This one is like pristine. It has not been drawn on or washed before or anything like that. But I do not have a doodle bear marker anymore, so that happens.
I wonder if those erasable markers would work on it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to try. I'm scared.
You don't want to wreck it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of my routine in those bigger stores. But I think I always try to, like, if I have time, go through the DVDs and look at look for things and all the kids' books and stuff if I have time. Um, because I collect four different kinds of vintage or like vintage kids chapter like kids novel series is.
Like
So I'm
R.L.
always looking
Stein.
for stuff. Yeah, Goosebumps, original Goosebumps, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, um, Alex Mack, and Wishbone. But
Oh, wow.
because I read them all when I was a kid, and now
Hmm.
I'm trying to, but I'm like, I'm just not being very, like, it's not like I want to complete the whole thing. I'm just looking out for stuff when I'm at the thrift stores or whatever. If I wanted to complete it all, I could order them on like eBay or Etsy or something, but I don't care that much, I
So
guess.
do they have to be in pretty good shape for you to want them?
Yeah, generally. And of the Goosebumps books, I'm really picky because I only collect the original run of Goosebumps. I think there's like 62 books in the original run, and they have the bumpy, like the bumps, the goosebump part is
Oh,
bumpy,
like in what do they call it?
embossed.
Embossed.
Yeah. Um, but they made a lot of versions of each book like after.
Mm,
So you really have to look at like the publishing dates to see to make sure you're getting an original one or whatever. Yeah, so I usually check the publishing dates of books to make sure they're not like I call them repops all the time. A word I learned from watching American Pickers too much. But anyway, they're like remakes of them. There's
hmm.
lots of stuff, so you have to be really careful
Mm.
if you want original things.
Well, all the stuff that you collect, my daughter collects or had
Oh,
because you guys are about the same age, and
oh,
so
yeah,
every time you post something, I look at it and think, oh, Heather had that. That's
eh,
pretty cool.
nice. Yeah, it's fun. I like to collect things that remind me of my childhood now, I guess. It's really weird. I haven't purchased any like anything Barbie yet. Um, but I feel like it's gonna come because I used to collect the Barbies a lot and have a lot of Barbie stuff. But I've noticed there's one thing I've noticed at secondhand shops or whatever. There's lots of Barbies, and Barbies with clothes on. But if you want Barbie accessories, they don't exist.
Mm,
Like if I want a brush for a Barbie or like Barbie shoes or something, a bag of Barbie clothes, like you just don't. I just never see that stuff at
at the
those
stores,
stores. Never. Like I don't know why.
maybe
Did
garage
kids just
sales might
use
be a
them?
good
Or...
offer.
Yeah, garage sales or like
Mhm.
big lots of stuff. I don't know. But I feel like one day if I find like a bag of accessories or clothes or something, I feel like I'll purchase it.
I'll
And
keep
then
an eye out too.
and then it's a slippery slope, Arlene.
Look at my background. We're
Yeah.
talking slippery slope. I'm surrounded by stuff completely.
Yeah. I yeah, I definitely didn't used to collect as much stuff as I do now. But yeah, it's a slippery slope and one thing leads into another and
Hmm.
here we go. We're collecting this now.
I like that the stuff that you do collect is very visually exciting. Like they're generally most of the stuff you get is bright colors and I don't know, just visually it looks really nice. I
Cool.
like
Yeah.
that.
It's probably because of when I grew up, I guess. And also because maybe because I have like kind of a graphic design background. So maybe
Hmm.
it's a little because of that too. Like the way things look are important to me. I don't know.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. So what kind of movies do you like to collect?
Uh, See, I'm really picky. I don't know. Like, I always look for nerdy stuff, like, or like things from my childhood. Like, I was going through the movies at Value Village and I found the first season of Beverly Hills 90210 from like the old one, not the
Hmm.
remake of it. And I've also found the first season of Full House and stuff like that. And then I collect like kids movies and like anime and stuff. Probably Sailor Moon
Hmm.
videos and stuff. So I check through VHS and I also check DVDs and
Do you have a VHS player?
yeah,
Well, that's good. Those are
yeah,
hard to come by these days.
that's what I hear. I still have my old one. I hope it still works. I guess we'll see.
When Rick and I got married in 1986, we were given some money for a wedding gift. You know what we went out and bought? A top loading VHS tape player.
Oh, top loading.
Top loading.
You know what I wish I had that I think people have had in the past? It are those like rewinders because it saves your
Oh, we just
VCR
picked up
tape thing.
we just brought one of those from my mom's house the other day.
Oh,
We
really?
have one. Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it like saves your VCR's tape or whatever.
Be kind and rewind.
Yeah. Uh, yes. The video store statement is ingrained in us.
I know.
Uh,
Um, we my daughter was getting rid of some of her stuff, and I was looking at she was getting rid of oh, I can't remember, Land Before Time,
oh,
with the little dinosaur
yeah.
and Ducky, the other
Yeah.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was telling her that my dad's cousin, Helen Shaver, is the voice of the mother. So I
Oh,
have a personal connection to that movie.
cool.
Hmm.
Sweet.
Movie and the Tree Stars. Remember
Sweet.
those?
No.
Well, that's what they always call the leaves, tree stars.
Oh, do you know what? This is a
Mm,
ridiculous thing to admit, but I've never actually seen that movie.
really?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I know what it is. Haven't seen it though.
It's cute.
Um, there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen,
Yeah.
but um, uh, it's pretty embarrassing actually. But I've seen a lot more recently than I had before. Um,
So how much can you get these movies for at thrift stores?
well, Valley Village is kind of expensive. I think they're like VHS are like $4. I don't know. Um, Seasons are like 8, I think. But I mean, it depends on the thrift store. Like some of them are only $1. All the
Hmm.
movies are only $1. Some are like $2 and stuff. So I kind of make sure it's in good condition. If there's a box, it's not like falling apart. Um, I don't like cracked DVD cases, so if the case is cracked, I'm out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Heather's the
Because
same way.
I always took like I was always one of those people who took really good care of their stuff. So I still have all the CDs that I have from high school or whatever, and none of them are cracked. Like I
Amazing.
wasn't like one of those people who just threw all their stuff on the floor or whatever. Yeah. And even this is ridiculous and not at all related really to what we're talking about, but my first BlackBerry cell phone came with a little ball, um, like track wheel thing.
Oh yeah.
And I still had the original one. And when I took it back to the store after like 4 years after my contract was up, the guy was like, wow, you still have the original trackball? I was like, yeah, don't most people? And he's like, no, everyone gets replacement ones because they like fall out or something. And I was like,
Oh
what?
wow.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Do you still have that BlackBerry? Or did you have
Yeah.
to give it back?
No, I don't know. It might be kicking around.
Mm.
It might be
So,
somewhere dead technology. I don't know. I have the
so other,
BlackBerry had after that though. What were you gonna say?
yeah, I was just gonna say, so other than Value Village and doing your routine through Value Village, do you do the same thing in other thrift stores? Just go through.
I think most of the other ones are fairly small.
Mm,
So it doesn't take as long to look at everything. But I
mhm,
think, yeah, I generally avoid the clothes because nothing's gonna fit me anyways, probably. And if it does, it's ugly. So I generally don't even bother looking at the clothes in
mhm,
all thrift stores, not just Value Village. Um, so that generally means sticking around the outside of the store.
mhm.
Um, yeah. One thing
When
I
you,
didn't used to look at, but I do now, is like kids' toys and kids' books. I definitely didn't look at that stuff before, but I do
no,
now.
well, that's good. My favorite thing to look at, I don't know, if you looked in my store room, most of it that I purchase is glass.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like glass, but I the way I look at this stuff, because we sell it online, the
Mm-hmm.
things that we buy, and we're accumulating when Rick retires in a couple of years, and we want to be able to open an eBay store or something like that and go online and sell the stuff.
Cool.
Um, most of the stuff I don't buy it unless I like it myself personally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think Rick is pretty much the same. And I think I've influenced him about glass because the last two times that he's gone to the store by himself, he's come home with glass.
Oh,
But
that's
I like
funny.
I like the like stuff around from the 70s and 80s. I like um I like ephemeral, paper
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Um, like when you were here and we were fighting over the linen postcards.
We were
I like
fighting over them. Yes, it came to blows. Um,
I
yeah.
like that kind of thing. And like old badges or pins and that kind of thing. I like it because specifically if it's, centered around where I live, that
Yeah.
I always like it better if it's from around here.
Like souvenir stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't really actively collect many of these anymore. I'm super picky, but I have a right behind you can't see because it's right in front of my face. But I have like a spoon, those spoons, souvenir spoons and plates, like gallery wall.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, I have like a I'm pretty picky and I have some criteria about the stuff. Like it's got to be places I've been before and only in Canada. And
Well, that's nice because it limits you. Because
yeah,
if you don't give yourself some criteria, then you're gonna just buy everything, and then your place, it's not gonna mean as much, right?
yeah. I'm also walking the line between like trying not to be a hoarder and um like being able to display all my collections nicely on the
Yeah,
walls. Like I don't want to have so much stuff or have things. I'm one of those people who doesn't like thinks it's dumb to collect something and then put it in a box.
yeah,
Um,
you want it displayed and out so you can enjoy it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What
Uh,
was your very favorite thing that you found at a thrift store?
oh gosh. Do I remember? I don't know.
Uh,
Um, wow, that's not I can't. What about you? Let's do you
um,
first.
okay. Um, I found at Value Village a 1949 um, celluloid Bambi. It's about 10 inches high, about 7 inches long, and I have had that since probably 20 years or more. Uh, with full intention of selling it. I don't know exactly what they would go for nowadays, but I think I paid like $2 for it, and I think they probably would sell for at least double that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
that's probably my favorite thing that I've ever bought.
I don't think I have a favorite thing. I have lots of favorite things. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so many I can't even name them probably. But
Okay,
I'm
how
not
about this year? What is your favorite thing?
um oh
Let's narrow it
geez,
down.
it's only February. Can I only go back to like the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
You'd think that would be easier, but I still can't think of anything. Oh,
Oh well.
I'm gonna go with this that's sitting right beside me. It's a purple Teletubby like figure. It says
Oh, it's funny.
1998 Hasbro on the bottom. Anyways, is the purple one called Tinky Winky? It's a Tinky Winky figure. It's very
Yeah.
large. Anyways,
I always
um,
found those things a little creepy.
yeah, I think so too. This one doesn't talk, so that's good.
Yeah.
I used to have a Dipsy stuffed or plush that like talked if you squeezed it.
So that would be nightmarish.
I don't have it anymore, but
Oh,
I wish
yeah.
I did. I don't know where it is. I mean, I got rid of a lot. I unfortunately got rid of a lot of stuff that I now collect. So there is a bit of regret there, but you can't carry everything around for your entire life.
This is true.
I believe that's called like being a pack rat or something, but
You know
um
what? The one thing that I like about being getting things from the thrift store is that overall I always think about the resale of the item.
mhm.
But if it's something I really like and it's worth something, I keep it for a while, like a few months. I display it or I use it, and then I put it up for sale. That
Oh.
way, and I'm really good. There's not very many things that I've kept for myself, but there's so much around in this room that I think is beautiful, but I have no attachment to them, so I'm able to let them go when I'm ready.
Mm.
And there's but the only thing that I haven't sold is so far is the Bambi.
Mm.
I can't let them go. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought of something I got at a thrift store that I was like amazingly happy with.
What's that?
I found an original Sailor Jupiter doll
Oh,
in a bag at Value Village.
mm-hmm,
Um she has all her clothes, I think, and her hair is still like intact. And
mm-hmm.
yeah, she just doesn't have her tiara anymore, but
What color is her hair? Was it the black hair?
Jupiter, she has brown hair.
Brown hair.
She's the
And Sailor Moon had
green.
the gold hair, blonde.
Yeah, with the like red meat with the meatballs on the
Yeah,
top of her head.
yeah.
Yeah. But I saw Sailor Jupiter's boots in the bag and I was like, and then I had to pull the bag down and then I was like, oh, sweet. And I threw it in the cart. There's no way I was leaving that store without that thing. Um,
Do you find recently that the prices of things at thrift stores are going up?
yeah. And well, I mean, most thrift stores, like I've noticed that well, sometimes Value Village is like out to lunch crazy.
Mm-hmm,
Um, I've noticed Salvation Army's prices are going up quite a lot.
mm-hmm.
Um, I've also noticed a lot of looking up prices. Like it's very
people.
clear for some of the stuff that someone who works there has looked up a certain item and is putting the price that eBay
The
has.
retail price. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The retail price or like what things are listed for on eBay, not actually what they sell for.
Not what they're sold for. Yeah.
And I'm like, you got this stuff for free. Like, why? I just don't. I don't know. But there's still a lot of thrift stores around here, fortunately, that aren't super crazy priced. I just, now that I work so much and have so much volunteer stuff on the go, I pretty much only go to Value Village now because that's all I have time for. And it's open
Yeah.
more hours than
And
everything.
the volume of stuff is probably bigger than the smaller stores, right?
Yeah, you don't have to go to so many different stores. You can
Yeah.
just go to one and they have lots of stuff. So,
Well,
and it's crazy. Like,
Rick and I
sorry.
have a route that we go to because there's 5 stores
Right.
within 5 minutes drive from our house.
Yes.
And so we always start at Salvation Army and go across the street to the other one and then go down the street to another one and then the
Yeah.
hospital one and then Valley Village is always the last one. We don't always go to Valley Village, but um, I I can tell some of the stores, the ones that aren't, big corporate places, um, definitely their prices in here are going up.
No.
And I I actually see a lot of dollar store stuff that they,
Mm.
it's obviously I've seen it at a dollar store, but whoever is pricing it thinks it is of high value.
I know.
Like it's a dollar store item, but they're selling it for $10. And
Yeah.
those are the kind of things I'm probably one of those people that the employees can't like very much because when I see something like that, I have to point it out.
Uh-huh.
I have to because I don't know, it's an impulse that I can't take care of. I have to tell them. And
Oh,
some of them are okay with it and some of them are like whatever lady.
well, Zoom's already telling me that we're going to get kicked off here in 10 minutes. So
Oh, okay.
maybe let's do the taste test thing.
Yes.
Um,
Let's do the taste test.
see what
What are you
happens when we
tasting?
get chatting is like time
Time
goes
just
by
goes
really
by.
fast.
テイストテストタイム。
Okay, you go first
Okay.
with your so Arlene has a different snack than me today because we could not find the same food on short notice.
Yeah.
So
I got a
yeah.
very exotic item from Shoppers Drug Mart.
It's
called
she's being sarcastic, I think.
Yes,
Okay.
the Carnaby marshmallow pop in a chocolatey coating with colored sprinkles. And the sprinkles are yellow and pink and neon green. And the marshmallow is probably about 2.5 inches tall
Oh,
by about an inch and a half wide. And it's on a stick. It
I
smells like plastic.
could not tell from the picture you sent me earlier how big that was.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's so big. I'm really full, so I'm copping out with like a drink. But
Okay. So I'm going to take a bite
that.
and tell you how much plastic it tastes like.
Okay.
Oh, not good.
It's not good. Does it taste like a marshmallow?
It tastes like chemical sprinkles
Uh-huh.
that are getting now stuck in my teeth,
Oh,
and I can't even taste the marshmallow.
really?
And I dare not take another bite
Such a huge
because okay, I took that huge bite.
Wow.
Yeah,
Such a
I
huge
would say.
marshmallow and you can't even taste the marshmallow?
Yeah, I'm gonna try again.
Oh.
Oh my god, not good.
She's like trying to torture herself.
No, I can't taste the marshmallow
Weird.
because the sprinkles are all over.
Yeah.
You know that chemically
Yeah.
taste that you get with the sprinkles? That's what we have here.
Yeah.
I would give this out of 10. Good thing I have a glass of water here. I would give this a minus 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So my recommendations is to save $3.29 and not buy that.
Well, the shoppers I went to did not have that. So maybe
I'm
they
so
made a
glad
good
they
choice. I am also glad that they did it.
didn't.
I'm gonna try British Columbia raspberry Coke. For people who don't live in Canada, I'll tell you that British Columbia is the name of the province that we live in, and Coke seem to make special flavors. I think they probably are doing it for all the provinces, but I've only tried the Quebec one before, which, by the way, isn't good.
What
It's
was the flavor?
maple syrup.
Oh,
It was
maple
maple
syrup
syrup.
Coke.
Yeah, it wasn't
Mm,
good.
mm.
Um, I still have the bottle cap here in front of me, actually. Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It was very like bitter and I don't.
Bitter.
Yeah, it was not good.
Oh, oh, and it's in a glass bottle too.
Yeah,
Impressive.
it's okay.
You don't sound very convincing.
It's not cold, but that's my fault. It's because
Ah,
I didn't really know we were doing this today. So I didn't chill it in advance for more than half an hour.
is it very raspberry-y?
Not not very raspberry-y, but you could definitely taste the raspberry. I don't really even know that it's Coke.
You can't even tell if it's Coke.
Not
You don't.
specifically. It's just like raspberry pop,
Uh,
raspberry brown pop.
so you don't
um,
have that biting of when you swallow the Coke too fast. You don't have that going
uh,
on.
not really. No, like
Hmm,
that. Like it's gonna go up your nose. That
yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
A
So,
little. Oh, it's fizzy now.
what are
Oh,
you
it
going to
went
rate it?
away. Oh,
What are you going to rate it out of 10?
oh. Do I have to rate it?
I want to hear your rating.
6.
6 out of 10? You're not
Yeah.
very convincing. 6?
It's because I don't normally give things an out of 10. So if I had to think about it,
What do you normally do out of what? 5?
I don't rate things, I just taste them.
Oh, well,
Sometimes I put a thumbs up in my social media posts
okay.
if they're really good. And
Hmm.
if they're really bad, I put a thumbs down sometimes.
Oh, well, I'm making you step out of your comfort zone, rating it a 6 out of 10.
I guess so. Um,
Hmm.
that's fine.
So if you
Though,
average the two of them together, what does that give us?
that's a lot of math. I can't really do that. In my
I can't
first
either, so
podcast episode, I talked about how much I hate math. Wait, was that
yeah.
my first one or the one I was interviewed for? Now I don't remember. Anyways, I hate math. I can't do math. So,
Look at me.
not,
I'm punishing
not,
myself by putting more of this shit in my. I'm sorry.
that's okay. You can say that word. It's fine.
Putting more of this stuff in my mouth.
Yeah, she is. Um, I don't know. What am I? Yeah, so math. Minus 10 and 6. So
Don't worry
minus
about it.
3.
Don't
I
worry
can't.
about it. We'll let everybody else in the internet world figure it out for us.
Yes, if listeners can do math, do math.
Yeah.
I applaud you. Um anyway, thanks for joining me today, Arlene. Do you want to
You're
share
welcome.
any of your personal social media? You don't have to, but you can.
Um, I do have my little free library.
Oh, yeah.
It is the Galaxy Quest Little Free Library on Facebook. And that's about all I have these days. I'm an old
Okay.
lady. I don't have these Twitters and Instas and
There's no tweets for you.
no, no, no tweeting.
Okay.
Yeah. But thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and thanks for joining me today. And
Are you going to share your social media?
yeah, I always say if you want to listen to previous episodes of my podcast, you can find it on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and yes, I mistakenly say this all the time, but now I'm actually telling the truth. Apple Podcasts. So the podcast is now available there, and Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Sailor Calypso says you can reach me on there too. So yeah, that's it.
It was nice seeing your face.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye.